guys, this is the build review for the Diatone Tyrant 215 and the Flip32 F3 all-in-one light board that I've used in this build. So two parts in this video. First, the Diatone frame, and the second part is configuration and all the stuff for the flight controller. You see here, this frame is not normal Tyrant. Some special parts here included for 3D printing, created by me. So you can see the links all in the description for all the stuff. It's for free, it's for downloading. And I hope you like this video. It's I don't know what all happened here. But hope you give me like, and I will produce more videos in the future. Okay, back to the Diatone frame. This one was sent by Diatone for review. And another one, the Diatone Tyrant 180, was also sent to us, our FPV group Flying Fish Club here in Hamburg. And a link to the review of the Diatone 180 is also somewhere here or here, I don't know where it's. You see, it's an 215mm frame. All the technical details you can see in the links in the description, but in this video I want to show you mainly all the stuff I've used here. So I begin with the components. First, the motors. I used the Cobra motors 2300 kV. Very strong, very powerful motors, so I can use these 3-plate props. DIS XM 20 amp ESCs here, the new one from DIS with the new Xylep chips. Very nice ESCs. I use an Fox here HS 1177 cam in the front. This is a 3D printed part. I use a FreeSky receiver here, a D4R2. Here is the Flip32 all-in-one flight controller, I'll show you later, and an ET 200 milliwatt video transmitter, RGB LED. So this is the setup, and in the next part I remove all the top plates here and I show you the inside and the cablage. So you can see it's easy to remove the parts from the frame here. This is the top plate for the HD cam, so I can remove the front camera here easy. Just remove the cable and I can remove the whole camera. File is in the description. You can set up the Angel. I didn't use the small camera that is recommended by Diatone here. I use a bigger one. You see the different colors. Tyrant sign is on the top, and hope you like this. No? Okay. And then I just must remove the standoffs. And I can see the stuff inside here. So remove the cable for the receiver and the telemetry cable, and this is for the video transmitter. So you see, very clean from layout. The integrated PDB is excellent designed. We have a lot connectors here for the ESCs complete. For the camera, it goes through here to this port. Under the flight controller we have an VBAT for the battery telemetry voltage sensor, and for the buzzer it's also under the flight controller. We have a 5 volt and 12 volt step down voltage regulator, and the battery connection here. So I designed an XT60 mount here and an RGB holder, so that fit perfectly here, and it's very robust for the use. So I had for my cam just used the video signal here, and this video signal goes through the PDB and goes to the flight controller, because I use here a minimum OSD, and on the flight controller it goes to the video transmitter. I used the voltage from the battery for the video transmitter and the cam, so I didn't use here the 5 volt, I think, from the video, and also a voltage divider with 2 resistors for the telemetry of the FreeSky transmitter. So we have inbuilt LEDs, and these LEDs can switch on and off here on this side with this little switch. In the front we have white LEDs, and in the back we have red LEDs. I will show you these. So you see here all the white stuff, and the back the red stuff, and also the red green RGB LED in the back. So so this was the frame here. What I really like is the thickness of this frame. So it's very robust, also without the top plate. You have these cutouts here for an zip tie for mounting the ECs here, and also we have closed button plate, so no dirt or something else can go up through the frame. So what's also really nice, you have a lot of stuff when you want to use 5 volt or 12 volt here, You have connectors for the voltage from the battery direct here, signed with VCC and ground, and you have these small connectors that makes a very clean layout. So I'll show you the flight controller. Here, and I hope you can see this. I used these small connectors. I directly solder it to the Flip32 board here, but I can easily remove them. Just here, 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 and here. So this is how I can remove the flight controller, and you see here the buzzer. The buzzer has a small connector for the flight controller, and this is the VBAT connector, so I can get here the voltage from the battery. So these are the connectors for the motors, and what's really cool, the motor layout here, or the connections, it's the same numbering like in Betaflight or CleanFlight. So for the motor 1 is in the back on the right, motor 2 is in the front on the right, motor 3 is on the back left, and motor 4 is in the front left. So this is the same layout from numbering like you use in CleanFlight, so nothing to think about. It's the same. Here you can just connect the motors to the pins, and I want to show you here the Flip32 all-in-one board. We have here the motor outs, so, and also the plus minus for the 5 volt for power of the flight controller. So this is on this side here, just with this connection, ground 5, motor 1, 2, 4. On this side we have the bridges for use of the flight controller with the micro USB. The Flip32 all-in-one board has an inbuilt OSD, so you can connect your micro USB to the flight controller, or you can connect the micro USB to the OSD for setup, and for connection you must set these pins. At the moment the OSD is connected to the flight controller, so no use of the micro USB, and this combination with the pin in the middle, I have a connection from the OSD to the micro USB, and the first one I have a connection from the flight controller to the micro USB, so can connect CleanFlight configurator here. We have an input on this side. This is the input for PPM. On the other side is the input for S-Bus. You don't need any inverter. You can directly connect your S-Bus on this side you see the connections for the OSD video signal. These pins are connected directly to the battery. Plus minus is the same voltage like your battery, and yellow is the one with the video signal out, go to the video transmitter, and on the other side the video comes in from the camera here. So and then we have solder pins for the VBAT, so I get the voltage here, and also I get a connection here for the buzzer on this side. So have attention when you solder, don't heat it too much, because the connections are a little slight thin, and I had here the problem that it's removed from the board, and it was just a ground connection, so no need any problem here. I just connect the ground from the other side. It's an acro board, so no barometer or magnetometer, no compass, and you can add here pins for the RSSI analog, but I think the best way is to send this via your receiver to the flight controller, and from the flight controller to the OSD. So some tips for this Tyrant frame. Tip number 1. Use these small connectors. I really like them, and you can easily wire all the things up. Just solder them directly to your flight controller, and you have a good connection here with the small connectors. So no really use for these big ones, desolder this, because you have no space. Tip number 2. Use clear coating on this PDB, because all the contacts are nice and shiny, and if you land in wet grass, it's easily to have a short here. So I use this plastic coating, clear coating for electronics. Just spray something and use a brush to make some clear coating on these, and you will not have problems with wet grass in the electronics or shorts or something else. You know what I mean. Tip number 3. Because of the space, or the not space, I don't know what it could say in English, you have no space for your video transmitter. You need someone with an angle, I think angle, and you can build your own angled video transmitter, and I show you the parts. Just need your video transmitter. This is an ET200 video transmitter, 40 channels, so you can also use race band, and you need some angled connector. This is an RP-SMA connector, because this is copper. If you try to desolder this, you will kill this one, because you can't remove all the solder connections at the same time. So the best way is to cut these here with a little tooth plate on a Dremel. So you know the tool. cut this thing off, then desolder all the pins here, the rest from the connection, and then solder the new one to this, so you have a really nice small video transmitter, and it will fit perfect in the back of the Tyrant frame. So like here. Okay. So tip number 4. Use zip ties and shrink tube to protect the antenna of your receiver. It's the best and the easiest and the best protection for your antenna. It's flexible, it protects the antenna for cutting. All couplers that I used with this technique didn't ever lost his antennas. Tip number 5. Use the correct length screws for your motors, because the protectors are some millimeters. The arms are 4.3 millimeters, so you need a different length of the screws, and have a look that you don't damage the wiring in the motors. So just go in the case here, but not through the case. Measure it, control it, it will help you to protect your motors. Tip number 6. Use 3D printed parts. I create this mount here for the XT60, so you don't need any longer connections. You save some wide here, short connection to the board, very robust. It can't kill this thing, and it's very nice and clean. So use 3D printed parts also for the camera. If you like to build some bigger cameras here inside, it's very cool, it fits very well, and you get the parts for free. So I think that's all at the moment. I show you some stuff about the flight controller now.